Hello, Honors English 101 class. My name is Braden.
And my name is Jay, and today we will be talking about the monster Bigfoot. Bigfoot, also known as the Sasquatch, is known for being a primate larger than any of the primate species, including humans. Originally, the name Sasquatch comes from the term Salish Sasquatch, meaning wild man or hairy man. But in the north central region, they refer to Bigfoot as a Witico or Wendigo. According to researchers, the Sasquatch produces a loud roar, almost like a scream, and beats on his chest like a gorilla. The Sasquatch can range from 6 feet to 15 feet tall, and their feet measure up to 24 inches in length and 8 inches in width. And now Braden is going to talk about how people fake videos and photos of Bigfoot.
While many people believe in his existence, others chalk up the videos and photos to being edited, staged, or mistaken. Many people have attempted to fool the world by doctoring images and videos that make it look like Bigfoot exists when really it's just him edited in. Additionally, many people have put on costumes and posed as Bigfoot for someone else to take photos or videos and post it online to gain traction on social media. All of these factors have led to people viewing videos containing Bigfoot with large levels of skepticism, as it is very easy to make a real-looking photo or video with a blurry camera and a person in a costume. But the bigger question is, why do people do this? Many people take their research in Bigfoot seriously and would never think of doing such a thing. However, the large levels of popularity surrounding Bigfoot has resulted in people wanting to be a part of the fame, which results in them faking evidence to try and prove his existence.
Do you think there are any other reasons why someone would fake a Bigfoot video? Other than short-term fame, can you think of a reason why someone would want to mislead others with fake information?
Here are the basics you need to know. For centuries around the world, there have been tales of large, hairy, bipedal primates inhabiting remote areas of wilderness. Many species with varying descriptions and a plethora of unique names.
Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Squeal, Sasquatch, Skookum, Skunk Ape, Yeti, Yowie, Yerin, Grassman, Big Muddy Monster, Woogie, Momo, Mogollon Monster, Wildman, Abominable Snowman, Fork Monster, and Manouche.
In North America specifically, the animal is referred to as Sasquatch or Bigfoot. If this primate was ever scientifically proven to exist, it would likely be considered a missing link in the evolution of great apes, and would visually line up alongside them like this.
In this video here, an explorer named Coyote Peterson explains some basic information known about Bigfoot. Coyote Peterson is a scientist, explorer, and an entrepreneur. He explores the world in search of answers as he talks a little about the different names that Bigfoot is known as, but the most popular names are Sasquatch and, of course, Bigfoot.
Patterson offered what he said was the first film ever taken of Sasquatch to National Wildlife magazine. The editor, Kirkpatrick, worried that it might be a fake and ordered the test.
The article goes on to state that Roger gladly agreed to take it.
Mr. Patterson, where were you on October 20th, 1967?
Bluff Creek, California.
Mr. Patterson, is the creature in your film real?
Yes.
It was reported back to the magazine by the examiner that Roger passed the polygraph test with flying colors.
Frame images from Patterson's film were printed in the April edition of the magazine. Patterson died in 1972.
In this video, we see a skit played out in 1967, when Roger Patterson took the infamous video of Bigfoot. Researchers said that Roger took a polygraph test in order to justify that the video he took of Bigfoot was not a hoax. He passed the polygraph test when he asked, "Is the video you took real?" This resulted in pictures of the Sasquatch to be posted in the Wildlife magazine, only shortly after Roger passed away.
There has been a large evolution in Bigfoot's media presence. At the beginning, when he first received his name in the Humboldt Times in 1958, there was no photo of the creature, only a footprint that was described as 16 inches long and human-like. This track is what ultimately gave the monster his name, Bigfoot. The irony of his sighting is that it was later confirmed by his children after his death in 2002 that Ray Wallace had made up the footprint as a prank. This seemingly harmless prank led to the creation of one of the world's most famous monsters. While many contribute the track mark in the Humboldt Times as the first instance of Bigfoot's existence, indigenous tribes across the world have described a large, ape human-like figure covered in hair, which could also be interpreted as the first Bigfoot sighting. However, humanity's fascination with the woodland creature did not stop at the first sighting, as he would continue to rise in popularity in decades that followed. After the sighting, photos and videos began to appear in mass quantities in the years following, ultimately leading to today, where he is at his peak and continues to grow. And now Jay is going to talk about the growth and popularity of Bigfoot in recent years.
While he remained folklore for the early years of his existence, his popularity only continues to increase through social media clips. The ability to take a video and have it shared with millions of people across the country has led to more and more people becoming fascinated with his existence. While documentaries and shows like Finding Bigfoot, which recently ended, have declined, his popularity continues to grow as more and more people attempt to find him. This growth in popularity is seen in the continuous production of Bigfoot-themed movies that depict him in various different ways. Whether it is a kids' movie, like Smallfoot, or a horror movie, like Screams of a Winter Night, Bigfoot's influence continues to grow and captivate America's fascination.
Okay, and then
Unconnected to the foot of the figure in the film, and other admitted hoaxers were known to be staging footprints in the area. But now,
the enhanced or clarified imagery of the foot allows you to zoom in on that sole, the plantar surface of the foot, and differentiate individual toes and toe stems. And you can see the remarkable similarity between it and one of the casts.
the authenticity argument is augmented, they say, as we move up the body of the figure and focus on its calf muscles. These are the crucial frames here, where you can see what looks like rippling, rounded calf muscles.
That you can see as weight transfers through that foot, the calf muscles are tasked with bringing the heel up. The contours are more pronounced and the shadowing really jumps out.
That definition is important, and here's why. You wouldn't see anything like it in an average gorilla suit.
Now, if we look at George over here, he's about a standard grade amateur costume. This is the leg. It's nothing more than a simple fabric tube. It has absolutely no contour, no definition. Where's the knee? You can't find it. Where's the calf? You can't find it. The ankle? You can't find it, because there's no tailoring whatsoever that matches human anatomy.
In order to get musculature this well defined in a costume, the outfit has to be custom fitted to the anatomy of the actor. But here's the thing. Meldrum says the figure just doesn't match any human anatomy.
In this video, researchers from the History Channel debriefed the video taken from Roger Patterson. After they used AI technology to stabilize the video, they began to decrypt the anatomy of the Sasquatch. They began talking about the foot formation in the video and how that it could not be a human wearing a suit. They say that the foot seen in the video has no divot and that it resembles a primate's foot. They then speak on muscle formation and how no suit can be made to resemble such a realistic muscle, especially for that time period. The muscle in the calf also resembles a real-time body and not a suit. Therefore, the researchers began to really investigate further the 50-year-old video.
Did it of the figure in.
The photo depicted is one of the most famous videos of Bigfoot and is the biggest piece of evidence towards his existence. The photo comes from a video taken by Roger Patterson that depicts Bigfoot walking around in the forest. This video was taken in 1967 near where the original Bigfoot footprint was found that was reported to the Humboldt Times. Since the original Bigfoot footprint was originally revealed to be a prank, many have been skeptical of the video. This is because people believe that the original was deemed a fake and any evidence found in the associated area was also fake because they were trying to stage it based on the known information at the time. While this video has been called staged by many, it continues to be analyzed by people to this day in an attempt to prove Bigfoot's existence.
Based on the evidence that you have heard from both us and the videos, do you think there is a possibility for Bigfoot to be roaming somewhere in the United States? If so, did these videos convince you, or have you always had these beliefs?
While Bigfoot's origin begins in the United States, the search for existence exists worldwide. Many countries, including China, Australia, Indonesia, also continue to search for the Bigfoot. Bigfoot is not only the known name for that is known all over the world. Going back 3,000 years ago in China, people reported sightings of what they called the Yuran. In 1977, communist officials reported seeing a Yuran, or a large beast, and began a government-funded investigation on it. Nothing else was found on the Yuran, but to this day, many of the Chinese citizens believe it still roams the forest. In Australia, their fabled Bigfoot is known as the Yowie. Back in the early 1800s, explorers and missionaries reported sightings of a 12-foot tall hairy beast with red eyes. The name Yowie, originally known as Yui, means dream spirit. The last known sighting of this beast was seen in the late 1900s and was never seen again. Bigfoot is known and seen in many different ways and in many different parts of the world. These worldwide sightings show us that there's more to it than just a scary beast.
The start of Bigfoot's claim to fame started because of the media. With a newspaper article that detailed his large footprint, he acquired his name Bigfoot. After this, Bigfoot became a large theme in various aspects of American culture, including cinema, board games, mascots, music, and advertisement. The board game Bigfoot the Giant Snow Monster is about adventurers who are looking for gold but have to avoid monstrous Bigfoot or else they'll have to leave the mountain. In addition to games, the professional basketball team, the Seattle Supersonics, now OKC Thunder, had their mascot Squatch. While they eventually moved to Oklahoma and ultimately changed their name and mascot, the Seattle Supersonics choosing their mascot as Bigfoot demonstrates his influence on American culture and that particular region. America's fascination with the hairy monster has resulted in his presence across various industries. This demonstrates society's fascination with Bigfoot because he's become a marketable figure that is used across various industries.
And film footage. Using image enhancement technology, he has brought the film to its best possible resolution after weeks of frame-by-frame work.
At a certain point, the subject turns toward us, and we get a great frontal view of the face, the body, and the arms at full swing. And if we zoom in on this frame, which is very out of focus because of the camera shake and the movement of the subject and the level of enlargement, we get to see some details. And as we sharpen it, we see this subject has breasts that are clearly visible. We see the subject has what appears to be a beard or hair across the front of the face, and some sort of wig or what appears to be a helmet covered with hair at the top. And we can see the eyes and the nose of the subject right there. And that could be either a mask with holes in it, or it could be a face. Whether or not that subject is a human in a suit or is some kind of creature that is not human remains a mystery.
Bill Munns believes the animal is real. He has examined the film from the unique point of view of a Hollywood creature creator. Using the technology available in 1967, Munns has built and filmed 5 possible head shapes to see if motion blur accounts for the head shape of the creature. He then filmed the heads in a similar motion to the creature in the Patterson film. Finally, he superimposed the heads over the footage. He determines the most likely mask shape. Munns has concluded that it cannot be a human in a mask, unless the wearer's head is buried deep inside the suit, making it impossible for the wearer to see. He is also unable to get a human figure to fit within the proportions of the image captured in the film.
Nothing in the Patterson film gives any indication at all that any of the joints of the body, the shoulder, hip, pelvis, knees, elbows and such, that none of these have been shifted in any way. we see that the knee discrepancy here is tremendous. The knees are so much higher than the knees here. The back of the knee to the back of this particular knee. We could say with confidence, a person of this human proportion absolutely could not be wearing a suit and look like what we see in the film. The only thing I can say with genuine confidence is that is not a human being in a fur costume. What it truthfully is, I am mystified by, but it is not a human being in a costume.
In this video, we see History Channel researchers once again decrypt Roger Patterson's video from 1967. This time, they do not look at the muscle formation, but they look further into the movements of the Sasquatch. They do weeks of video breakdown and realize that no human can fit into a suit of that formation. They even do real-time testing of the movements in the video to prove whether or not a human can do such a thing. They spent weeks on end making shifting suits and headpieces to perfectly match the Sasquatch presented in the video. Then they configure the movements of the Sasquatch and they configure that the movements are of a primate, not a human. Specifically, they say that the joint movements are unlike any human.
The newspaper article that first documented the existence of Bigfoot was from the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Since his borders Canada, many people also speculate that he could live somewhere near the border or in Canada. Despite this being the original location where people believe Bigfoot lived, many have claimed to have seen him all across the United States. One similarity between most of those spots, however, is that there are large forests for Bigfoot to inhabit without being spotted by humans. So there is no definitive location for Bigfoot in the United States other than the fact that he probably lives in one of our many jungles or forests. The biggest factor that most do not consider when looking for Bigfoot's alleged location is that people often mistake him for animals, like bears, who oftentimes stand on two legs when they're injured. Data analyst specialist Flo Floxen has found a large correlation between the number of Bigfoot sightings and the population size of black bears in the region. While this does not dismiss the claims of Bigfoot's existence somewhere in nature, it can help bring reason as to why there's so many sightings across the United States. Next, we have a map highlighting all the Bigfoot sightings in the United States over the past decade. As you can see, a majority of the sightings are concentrated in the northern Pacific region, which could be for a number of reasons, including the large and vast forests that appear near the border between Canada and Washington. However, it could be because people searching for him choose this region because it is near where the legend began. Additionally, Bigfoot is the main theme attraction of this region, which may result in more people being vigilant looking for his presence.
Field researcher Ken Gerhardt says the name Sasquatch actually dates back centuries. It comes from legends told by First Nationers of Canada's Pacific Northwest.
Vancouver Island and British Columbia have a long tradition of Bigfoot accounts. And these date back in antiquity to Native American lore. For example, on Vancouver Island, we have the Kwakiutl tribe, who talk about a hairy man-like creature called the Bukwas. And then in mainland British Columbia, we have the traditional Sasquatch, which has been a part of the Chehalis tribe for centuries.
But if this is indeed a legit Sasquatch sighting, Gerhardt thinks the creature's coloration makes it a very unusual specimen.
In terms of Bigfoot sightings, only 15% describe a light color like this. So if this is a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot, it is an incredibly rare individual.
The creature here doesn't appear aggressive or hostile, similar to Patty. On the other hand, there's much less muscular definition than what's suggested in the Patterson-Gimlin film. So is this a genuine sighting, a hoax, or is there another explanation for this mysterious footage?
This video talks on the history of Bigfoot and how folktale came to be.
Bigfoot's ability to captivate America's fascination results from the shroud of mystery surrounding his existence. Since his existence cannot be proven with definitive evidence, he becomes even more fascinating to humans because they continue to search across the nation in hopes of catching a glimpse of the hairy monster. This has led to many television shows and documentaries that set out in hopes of finding evidence to answer the questions surrounding his existence. This show demonstrates how Bigfoot fascinates humanity because his potential existence has resulted in television shows, some with over 10 seasons, dedicated solely to trying to prove his existence. Despite the many seasons and various shows trying to catch Bigfoot on camera, not a single show could successfully prove his existence. However, it is not just television shows that entertain humans through the fascinating creature of Bigfoot. There have also been countless movies, both animated and live action, that depict Bigfoot as the main character. And now Jay is going to talk to you about these forms of entertainment and how they fascinate our society.
These various forms of entertainment demonstrate how fascinated humanity is with Bigfoot because humans are so interested in him that they have created countless movies to satisfy the American public. Additionally, Bigfoot continues to fascinate humans because he embodies our fears of the unknown through both his unknown monstrous capabilities as well as the fears of what could be lurking in the shadows. While there is no definitive proof of Bigfoot's existence, the unknown surrounding his existence evokes fear in humans. Also, the idea of a large humanoid creature that might be hidden in one of America's forests has led many people to fear what could be found in nature while still being curious to as whether he exists or not. One question to ponder regarding Bigfoot is what another societal fear that Bigfoot could potentially represent in our society. As stated previously, there have been various movies and shows that are centered around Bigfoot. Going more in depth on the cinema aspect of Bigfoot, the name Bigfoot came to life because of the findings that researchers have found on him. As said earlier, they found human-like footprints 3 times the size of any primate animal. This led to the media pushing forth of the expansion of Bigfoot and his name. Over time, the media began using Bigfoot as a character in movies and most importantly, as a monster. The media characterizes Bigfoot as a tall, scary, hairy monster that wreaks havoc on humans that come across the woods. Although we have no solid evidence on the Sasquatch, the media enables it its ability to create its own view of the beast.
The interest in Bigfoot has also resulted in various books and stories being written about him. Whether they are fictional and depict him as the main character, or non-fictional and detail the unknown certainties of his existence, Bigfoot as a character has spanned across various genres. These books also demonstrate how Bigfoot influences humans and our society. Bigfoot has starred in numerous books demonstrating how he has captivated our attention as a monster. There have been a large number of profitable books because people continue to buy them. These books are profitable because of the interest that is in Bigfoot.
Have you ever read a book about Bigfoot or seen one of his many movies? If you've seen multiple of his movies or read multiple of his books, did they differ largely in genre type? If so, why do you think that is?
The influence that Bigfoot has on our society is much more than just being feared. He gives us a sense of suspicion and a want to find him. These suspicions eventually help us lead to the scientific mystery and influence us to find out what Bigfoot is truly about. Society wonders how an enormous monster of that size can be hidden for so long, but that is what gives us the passion to find this Sasquatch. With this mysterious factor that Bigfoot provides for us, movies, shows, and other television programs interest us a lot more. The physical and the photographic evidence that we have on Bigfoot is very minimal, giving us an edge on Bigfoot. The first recorded video of Bigfoot was recorded by Roger Patterson, and this was what really began it all. Roger Patterson came out and said that he was in fact not hoaxing the video, and that the video he said that he took was 100% real. The clear footage of Bigfoot was later explored and broken down using AI technology. The AI technology allowed the video to stabilize, allowing for researchers to further investigate the minute details that were present. As time went on, we found more evidence on Bigfoot, which helped lead us to believe that he was real, influencing us to understand that more about the unknown creature. Something a bit crazier is that the fact that the FBI actually had run DNA samples on fur found by a prominent Bigfoot researcher. The researcher could not find out what animal the fur had come from, so she asked a favor of the FBI, who complied. This was over 40 years ago, and after the file was declassified, it was discovered that it was indeed deer hair. Many people tried to use the FBI case file as proof that the government believes in the existence of Bigfoot. But that was quickly shut down with a statement to the effect that the FBI was only doing a Bigfoot believer a favor and not giving out an outward endorsement on his existence. While this does not prove any legitimacy of Bigfoot's existence, his popularity has reached levels never seen before for a mythical monster with pseudo evidence behind his existence. While the FBI does not outwardly believe in Bigfoot, many people around the United States and even the world believe in his existence enough to visit places where frequent sightings occur. His influence on these portions of the United States have resulted in various tourist attractions, such as gift shops, restaurants, with Bigfoot as the central theme. His influence on these portions of the United States have ultimately resulted in increased economic activity that would never have occurred if it weren't for Bigfoot's influence.
This photo documents a Bigfoot-themed restaurant that can be found in Oregon. This restaurant and ones like it in the area help stimulate the local economy through their theme of Bigfoot. People have come across the nation in search of Bigfoot and stop at restaurants like these to eat, which ultimately benefits the local economy of the region. Similar to the restaurant in Oregon, the Bigfoot-themed burger restaurant demonstrates the impact Bigfoot has on local areas. Additionally, the continuous theme across the Pacific Northwest of the United States demonstrates the economic reliance on Bigfoot to help increase economic output of these rather stagnant economic areas. Like the previous restaurants, this restaurant in Missouri relies on the Bigfoot theme to help persuade people to eat at their restaurant. This also demonstrates that it is not only regions in the Pacific Northwest that take advantage of Bigfoot's name value when advertising. This restaurant shows how forested areas all across the United States rely on Bigfoot to get attention and attract customers to their restaurants.
Although Bigfoot appears to be a monster that humans fear, Bigfoot ultimately influences on society is to preserve the culture of certain regions. In certain places such as the Pacific Northwest, Bigfoot's story was originally passed down by folklore. Bigfoot is deeply rooted in certain areas of the U.S., such as Northern California. His existence is generally seen as a figment of our imagination, and this plays a very big role in our economy through all the tourism and interest he attracts. Not only does he play a big role in our economy, but he also brings tremendous value to the Hollywood community. He does this by being a star in various movies, video games, and even in children's books. Bigfoot's influence on society is largely admired, but his overall influence on the scientific world is not talked about enough. Scientists work to find clues that lead us to believe that Bigfoot is real, but the evidence that we have found so far is either presented as fake or not yet proven to be 100% true. The only true piece of evidence that we have found so far is the one that we listed earlier regarding Roger Patterson. Scientists have worked hard to prove what is real with the minimal evidence that we have. Even the footprints that researchers have collected are yet to be proven real. The effects of Bigfoot's influence is tremendous and can be seen in different ways. But our time of our researching and proving that he is real is not over yet.
Opportunities to consider the film in novel ways.
The reality is the stuff we have at our disposal these days with artificial intelligence, computer vision algorithms, these things were just inconceivable 50 years ago, even 20 years ago.
This is what they did. First, Bill assembled 22 different copies of the film.
Each one of these copies has some level of degradation on it that would look something like this, right? Physical scratches, lots of detail.
Then Isaac used an AI program to integrate them, getting a more complete image.
If you're able to align the film perfectly with each other and add them together and merge them down, you get this last row here, which is something that has pieces from every single copy that is more approximating what the original source material would have looked like. When you do it computationally, you can do a three-dimensional transformation. So you can both go this way and you can go this way. So you can position this frame anywhere in the scene in 3 dimensions as if the camera was in real space.
Then he stabilized the images using computer vision algorithms. And this is what the film looks like now.
Video, we see researchers formally break down Roger Patterson's video of the unknown Sasquatch. We see them use technology that could not have been used back in 1967 called AI, or more commonly known as artificial intelligence. They use a method to stabilize the video so they can further analyze the shaky video that Roger took back in 1967.
While many view Bigfoot as a harmful monster because of the fear that he incites on humanity, he is ultimately helpful to society through the preservation of local culture and increased tourism revenue. Since the stories of Bigfoot have been preserved through countless news stories and television shows, the culture of the region is also preserved in the form of folklore that is passed down and constantly talked about because of his popularity. Since Bigfoot is deeply rooted in certain areas of the United States, such as Northern California, his existence as a figment of our imagination plays an essential role in their economy through the tourism that is attracted. Many people will come from across the world or country and visit these tourist areas in hopes of spotting Bigfoot. This, in turn, generates the main source of revenue in these towns, which results in a more prosperous local economy as a result of Bigfoot-themed shops and attractions. Bigfoot benefits society because he creates a large tourism market in a traditionally undesirable vacation location. The effects and overall influence of Bigfoot provides matter because it gives us a sense of attraction. His mysterious ways and stories that we hear from social media, television, movies, etc., help give an essential role of the fear of Bigfoot.
Bigfoot is ultimately a monster that benefits society through his economic stimulation, culture preservation, and influence on Hollywood. These benefits are a direct result of our fascination in Bigfoot. These fascinations are due to the fear that Bigfoot incites in humanity. He embodies our societal fears of the unknown, which makes him the subject of our fascination. This fascination has resulted in various things, including TV shows, movies, board games, and even music. These are also contribute to our economy, ultimately resulting in greater prosperity for the various companies that use Bigfoot's popularity as advertisement for these products. Bigfoot also benefits society because he helps develop economy of remote regions with large forests. In addition to the economical benefits, Bigfoot's popularity has resulted in stories being passed down through local folklore that relates to Bigfoot, which successfully preserves local culture. Society's fascination with Bigfoot has led to various Hollywood adaptations of the character, which also contribute to the positive economical impact of Bigfoot. All of these positive impacts of Bigfoot demonstrate why he is the monster that benefits society. Those are our references.
Yeah. More of them.
More references.
And that's it.